We're back on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell in your afternoon drive, and joining us here on the set, and it's a privilege for us. First time we've had him on the show. National champion Hassan Diarra, back-to-back, coming back for a third, trying to get a three-peat here. Hassan Diarra is sitting in front of us. And how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How are y'all?
Doing great. You're looking good. Now, you said you were out there swinging a couple of times. You just hit a couple of balls and just kind of impressed the crowd and walked away and said, yeah, this game's too easy.
Yeah, it went straight about 500 feet. I think that's a record over here, but you know, I'm just being me out there.
Hey, last year we had Donovan on and Cam, and actually Cam Spencer's a pretty good golfer from what I understand. Yeah. Have you ever been on a golf course before? Have you ever tried to take up this sport?
I've been on a golf course one time. It didn't go so well, so I didn't go back.
You've been doing a lot this week. I saw you out with Ryan Martin Foundation. You're learning some wheelchair hoops. Caroline Ducharme sitting right next to you. You know some wheelchair hoops as well. Both of you guys been a part of that. What was that like for you? Not only just the experience for those kids and seeing that whole style of basketball, but getting into a wheelchair and actually playing yourself. Like, what was your experience like?
Yeah, it was really cool. You know, you would think it's like the same sport, but it's totally different. You got to give credit to those guys in the wheelchair and how they play. It's truly amazing, and you can see how gifted they are.
We're live here at the Donny Marshall Charity Golf Tournament, and it helps the Tolland Fund and also the Ryan Martin Foundation. I've been talking to Ryan for the last 10 years. That guy's unbelievable. He's a professional basketball player. He's played in Europe for years. He's got houses all over the world, but at the end of the day, he's one of the nicest guys in the world. As he's right near us right now. What did you learn about more of these adaptive athletes, though? I mean, they're just as competitive as everybody else. I talk to him about this all the time. The parents are just as crazy as regular AAU. I coach AAU baseball, 15, 16-year-olds. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, man, those guys are so competitive. I remember we wanted to play against them, and they was kind of like, I don't think you guys are ready for it. They were kind of like, you guys are not on our level in the chairs, but they're super competitive. But to learn from them and learn their game was pretty special.
Let's talk about your parents. I think they were like the parents of the Final Four, right? Like, it's very rare that you have two sons that are playing in the Final Four on different teams. Like, obviously, you've been asked a million times what the experience was like for you, but what was the experience like for your parents to have your brother at NC State and then you at UConn doing what you guys did?
Yeah, that's actually not my brother. We actually don't know each other.
What?
Yeah.
Why do we say this all the time? This is like a thing.
Yeah. No, I don't know him. We may be related because we have the same last name, and he probably is from the same.
But this was like a story, wasn't it?
No. The story came out was about the kid I play against. His name is Mo Diabate. He played for Alabama. And, like, we grew up.
Did you know this?
I did not know
I
this.
thought that.
We grew up playing with each other. Like, he was, like, one of my young kids, and he would play up with me, and I taught him a lot, and we built a good relationship, so I called him, like, my cousin. But that was the story.
Okay, so what was that like then?
Oh, it was so cool, man. Like, our mentor, the guy that mentors Rob Diaz, he brought us together, and, to share the Final Four, it was kind of like a surreal moment. Like,
was he there?
Yeah, he got a chance to be there and saw us, so it was pretty cool.
So you grew up in New York, but you played for Putnam Academy, correct? Prep around here.
Yes.
What made you go to Texas A&M before UConn? Did they even scout you? Is where I'm getting at.
UConn?
Yeah. You can say it now. You won 2 national championships with them.
They didn't really recruit me out of college. I probably would have came here if they did, honestly. But yeah, I went to A&M. I felt like I built a good relationship with the coach, and I feel like that was the right decision at the time. I don't regret it. You know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason, and now I'm here.
Talk about this year. I mean, back-to-back national championships. Obviously, the pressure's on for doing something that hasn't been done since John Wooden. Like, do you guys talk about that, or is that something that you know about but you kind of put it in the corner?
Yeah, we're aware of it. We understand, the situation that we're in. We want to make history, of course. We have a target on our backs, but we had a target on our back last year as well. And we were pretty successful. So we understand the assignment. We work our tails off, and we'll be ready for it.
Talking to Hassan Diarra, tell us about both years. I mean, obviously, 2 great teams, totally different teams. You had a much bigger role this past year with the team. Now you're coming back. We'll get to that in a second. But what was the difference between both years, and what was it like to win the championship both times?
Yeah, I mean, it was just amazing. I think, the difference was just the personalities on the team. You got Adama that's serious and super competitive, and you got guys like Cam Spencer that are like Adama just in a different way. But yeah, first year, I think we didn't know how good we were until we started playing with each other, and we didn't know our ceiling, and our ceiling was to win a national championship. We ended up doing that, so it was pretty cool. Second time, we understood that we've done it before and we could do it again, and I think we're even better this time around than we were last time around, and we're more experienced because we've been in these positions before. But I mean, it was amazing. Both years, both teams. Last year, I think will go down as one of the greatest teams in college basketball history
by far.
So that's something that doesn't come around often.
Teach our listeners about some of the newcomers: Liam McNeely, Isaiah Abrams, Ahmad, even Aiden Mahaney, Terrace Reed. Like, these guys are legit, and they're really going to just step in and more of a reload than a rebuild.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll start with Liam. Liam is a fantastic shooter. Can play on the ball. Is able to do multiple things. He's able to pass. He's very versatile. Can guard multiple positions. He's going to be a fan favorite, in my opinion. Isaiah Ibrahim, he's way better than everybody expected. He's probably been the surprise this summer. He's so athletic. Defensively, he knows how to really guard the ball, and he can guard multiple positions as well. Ahmad Noel, he's going to be a fan favorite as well. His intensity on defense, he's able to facilitate, he shoots the ball well. And his personality is just so infectious to everyone. Then we have Aiden Mahaney, Cali boy. He brings that Joey California feel to the team, but he's able to do multiple things. He's so solid each and every day. He's going to be really, really, really good for us. Terrace Reed, Big Hoss. He had to earn that name this summer as Big Hoss because, I'm Hoss. But, I mean, he's amazing. He's super athletic, super talented. He has a ton of tricks in his bag. Defensively, he's a menace. He's going to be really, really, really good for us.
It seems like the guys that come and want to play for Dan Hurley and UConn, I know Caroline Ducharme sitting next to us as well. She plays for Gino. So tough on you guys, but and women, and but it makes you better, makes you stronger, and it feels like everybody comes through here just talks about that. They wanted that, and there's so many kids today. I coach 15-year-old AAU baseball players. I feel they're great kids, but they're soft. They're nothing like I was 30, 40 years ago. I played Major League Baseball, totally different time. You could get cut at any time, and you're fighting for your job every day. It just seems like you guys, it's last 30, 40 years at UConn developing into the foundation that you had, but now where you guys are, this, they talk about blue blood and this other crap. It's different here. You got to find a person, whether it's baseball, basketball, that wants to come to the Northeast and just be coached hard. What's that like with Dan Hurley?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blue-collar university. We understand that, Coach, he's going to be hard on us, but we understand he wants the best for us, and he wants us to be successful. And he's going to push you to the limit, making sure he gets every talented part of your body out of you. And we appreciate him for that, and we embrace it at the end of the day. There's a reason why a coach has been successful, the reason why players here have been successful, because we embrace that.
I've asked you this probably 3 times, and I just think it's such a great message. Like, you coming off the bench, you can start anywhere, but you are such a spark plug, and especially on defense, you can play a bunch of different roles, probably guard 1 through 3. Talk about why that was important for the team and what kind of keeps you humble from not, speaking up and voicing your opinion or transferring, saying, I want to start somewhere and be the 5 guys. Why do you make that decision? What goes into all that?
Yeah, I mean, I just understand you have to make sacrifices in order to be successful, and for the sake of the team. I had no problem coming off the bench. I actually loved it. It gave me an opportunity to see how the game is going, what's the flow in the game, what the other team likes to do, who's feeling it that night on our team. And I just embraced it to the point where it was like, let me take this road to another level so we're so successful we can win championships. And ultimately, that's exactly what we did.
Whose game growing up in New York did you like a Carmelo Anthony, somebody like that? Who did you like growing up?
Like my favorite player?
Yeah.
For the Knicks or like
anybody in the NBA?
Oh yeah, I was a big D Wade fan. I love D Wade. That's my GOAT. If you ask me, kind of look like him. People say, but that's another story. But yeah, I love D Wade. He was amazing. Flash. I try to model my game after him with all the pump fakes and all that. So yeah, D Wade is him.
Awesome.
Talking to Hassan Diarra, not the brother of Diarra from NC State, as Rob and I have found out today. Tell us about just Big East. And when you guys get into Big East play, it's like a switch has to be flipped. It is the toughest conference in the United States. Talk about the differences that you've seen, Texas A&M and just playing here at UConn.
Yeah, I mean, the Big East is just a dog fight. It's a battle between two dogs in the ring. It's not always pretty, but I'll just say, the players are so tough. The coaches are just so amazing with their schemes each and every game and the way they want to attack you offensively and defensively. So you have to go into these games being the tougher person, doing the hard things well, and being ready to scrap it out.
Talk about Luke Murray and coaches, all the different plays you guys have. And did you ever think when you're playing college hoops you'd have to learn so much just to play basketball?
Yeah, I mean, Luke does a great job with the offensive schemes. He comes up with new ideas each and every day, and ultimately that makes us unguardable at times because, there's so much actions, so many things that we do. It's kind of hard to scout us because we could come up with something different each and every game. But he's done an amazing job. We appreciate him and we love him.
You guys have so many motivational factors. Like, I love walking into your locker room and you see everybody shaking either Adam Silver's hand or David Stern's hand. All the NBA greats that have come before you, the banners that are up there. But, man, back-to-back championships. What's the motivation to get the third one?
Oh, we're not satisfied. That's all it is. We're not satisfied. This is a new team, and this new team has accomplished nothing. So we're going into the year with that mindset that we didn't do anything. That was the past. We're in the present, and that's where we got to stay and go get it.
All right, Hassan, thank you so much for your time, man. Have a great season, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon. Sitting next to him is Caroline Ducharme, another great player from UConn women's basketball. So we're very blessed here at the Donny Marshall Charity outing here at the Lake of Isles. We'll be with Caroline Ducharme next on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon drive, as we said here on Fox Sports Radio.